Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to 90 Days as a Full-Time Cam Girl. With me, your host, Kayla Nicole 999. It's like 6:30 in the morning. I barely got any sleep. Super successful first day yesterday, even though it started out rough. But with me, like when I get super excited and I make a lot of money, like I have a hard time sleeping. I was exhausted, absolutely exhausted. But for whatever reason, I just, like stayed up. I did some chores after I got off shift, ran some errands, and then I stayed up just watching TV for a while. And it was probably about midnight by the time I finally fell asleep, and for whatever reason I was wide awake at 5 o'clock in the morning. So today is gonna be rough. I'm probably gonna need a nap. I'm having my morning coffee. I'm like addicted to this coffee. I have many food intolerances, and one of the things that causes me to react the worst is dairy. So I use goat's milk. And goat's butter and goat's cheese. Like I don't react to goat's dairy for whatever reason, but decided to Google like, is goat's milk or is goat's butter good for you? And it turns out that it is, in small quantities, of course. You don't want to be eating too much butter, for one, it can make you gain weight and clog arteries, of course. So, you want to be aware of that. But anyway, I saw something about putting butter in your coffee and why you should put goat's butter in your coffee. And I thought that was like kind of strange and odd, but I like to try new things. And so 2 days ago, I decided to try butter in my coffee because with my food intolerances, there's not too many creamers on the market that I can actually tolerate. So I add honey. I use like the raw and unfiltered honey or whatever instead of sugar, because sugar and my mental health, it does not go well together. Sugar, it gives me that sugar high, but then it really drains my energy and it causes me to go into like this super bad negative attitude. Like, I don't want to call it depression. I think the blanket term depression is used too often for too many things that is not technically depression. So it just really lowers my mood and makes me really cranky. So anyway, so yeah, I use the honey and then I use goat's milk in my coffee, but I mean, it was good, but it wasn't, that yummy, delicious, like creamy coffee texture when you add creamer to your coffee. So I reluctantly added a little bit of butter to my coffee just to try it and see if I like it. I'm like addicted to this now, you guys. Like, I don't know how I went my entire life drinking my coffee without a little bit of butter, but I'm gonna be doing it regularly, as long as it doesn't cause me to gain too much weight. Gotta definitely keep up on my exercises and watch what I'm eating otherwise, but I kind of lean to the keto type diet. Not exactly, I don't follow any exact diet. So I kind of do my own version. Your body is different than everyone else's. We all have different body chemistry, and you gotta find what works for you. And for me, I found that no exact diet or meal plan or whatever you want to call it works exactly for me. So I kind of follow keto. It's kind of a mix between like keto paleo and kind of follow like that 80-20, eat healthy 80% of the time and 20% of the time indulge. And then I kind of follow intermittent fasting. However, putting the butter in my coffee, that totally throws off my fast in the mornings. So anyway, enough about food stuff. I actually have another channel that I created called Food Intolerances Suck. If you go there now, you're not gonna find anything because I haven't uploaded any videos. In fact, I have made a video for it. It was the very first YouTube video I ever made last week, but I just haven't went through and uploaded it yet because this channel is kind of my main focus. Anyway, stay with me. If you have food intolerances, we can talk about that more on the other channel once I get it started. It's gonna take me a long time to get these channels started, you guys. I have so many different things going, and I've learned that I really have to just focus on one thing at a time. Otherwise I get sidetracked, like I just did about, you know, butter in my coffee. All right, so anyway, problem sleeping. So I woke up way earlier than I planned. So with that, I have to adjust. I just have to adjust. Like there's no other way around it. I have to adjust. So I told you yesterday that my plan was to like do my intentions journal and my affirmations and my exercises after I get off cam. Well, I woke up so early today, I needed to do something with this time. Like I can't just sit around and do nothing. I have to be productive. So I'm making this video for you guys, and I did my I did my intentions journal already. I'm drinking my coffee. I'm about to hop into my exercises. Then I'm going to do my affirmations, and then I'm going to go to and then I'm probably actually going to shower. I think I'm going to shower before I go to the dog park today. Anyway, with that being said, I may have to take a nap before I hop on cam. I don't know. We'll see. You know, 5 hours of sleep isn't necessarily enough for me to go on. I can't function throughout the day unless I get 6 to 7 hours of sleep. So I don't know. So that's the thing, like when you're healing, when you're dealing with CPTSD, when you're dealing with problems sleeping, you kind of just have to adjust throughout the day. Like you can set a plan and you can try to stick to that plan as much as possible, but that plan is not necessarily always going to work. And when it doesn't work for whatever reason, you know, unexpected things like waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning when you didn't plan on waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning, you just need to adjust. That's really all you can do. So anyway, I'm like noticing how much space there is above my head. We're gonna get these videos. We're gonna get it situated to where it's better. I am now using a new camera phone tripod, and I haven't really figured out the right height yet. Like I'm constantly adjusting this thing. I mainly use it because it has a ring light, so I mainly use it for lighting. And I'm constantly adjusting it when I'm on cam because I have different computers that I use and they're different heights. So I use Macs. I have like a MacBook Air with a really small screen, and then I have a MacBook Pro with a much bigger screen, and I gotta adjust this thing to different heights, and then I gotta adjust it when I'm using my phone, and I don't focus on the little things. I know they're important, but with me, it's really just about getting started. I gotta start where I am, which is why I'm creating these videos unedited and just uploading them, because if I did not do this, I would never start. You know, you get all of these ideas in your head, and you're like, oh, I'm gonna do this and this and this and this, and then it sounds great. And then you get caught up in the cycle. Oh, well, in order to do this, I need this and I need that and I need this. And you don't have all of those things, and you don't have the money to get them. And so then you just don't start, which brings me to where I am today. Okay, so I don't know how day 2 is going to go yet as far as schedule because of my wacky sleep. But let's talk about the things you need to get started being a cam girl if you want to be a cam girl, if you decide this business is for you. I'm gonna be real, this business is not for everybody. It is hard. It is not easy to get up there and take your clothes off on a screen and put on sexual shows for men or women. Sometimes I have women watching too. I have fewer women than men, so it's mainly men watching me. But anyway, it's not easy to do. It's not easy. There are some jerks. Like, there are some members that are just jerks. It's not easy to deal with those guys. Okay? So you really need to think about if this business is for you before you get started. Now, you can go out and you can read all kinds of blogs, and they're going to tell you that you need an internet connection. You definitely need an internet connection, and you need a fast internet connection, okay? You need to be able, your upload and download speeds, they need to be high. That is important. They're gonna tell you that you need a computer. You definitely need a computer. You can't be a webcam model without a computer, and it must have a webcam. Many of the blogs are going to say that you actually need an individual webcam. Better quality, I'm sure. I do not have an individual webcam. I literally started this business with just a Mac. That's it. Like, I did not have lighting. They're going to tell you to get lighting. I highly suggest getting lighting. You can look on YouTube. You can look on Amazon and Google cell phone tripod or ring lighting. Really, that's all you need. Like, my ring lighting is incredible, and it really changes the quality of my videos and my streams. I do have an umbrella lighting set. I bought that first, but because I'm in a small 1-bedroom apartment, like, getting that set up is really hard, okay? So they're gonna tell you that you need a wireless keyboard. You can work around that. If you don't have a wireless keyboard, you don't have to go out and buy it. The thing with that is you're going to be like moving back and forth to the computer to type. It can get kind of annoying. I do have a wireless keyboard, but I haven't even used it yet. They're going to tell you that you need a wireless mouse. That can also be helpful, but you don't need it. Okay. So the most important things that you are going to need to get started are a computer with a webcam, an internet connection, and your body. That's really it. The next thing I'm going to say is to have some sex toys. Guys will watch you, just using your hands. You can do that. But I highly suggest getting a dildo. I highly suggest, these are the more expensive ones, but getting an interactive sex toy. The LoveSense Lush 2 is my absolute favorite, and the guys love controlling those things with their toes. So if you can't afford it right away, work on getting a dildo, work on getting an interactive sex toy, but make sure it's an interactive sex toy that actually connects to the site that you are on. Not all of them do. LoveSense connects on most sites. Another very important thing, sex toy wise, is I would advise getting like a wand or something that you can use for your clitoral stimulation while you're using the other toys. That's just going to be more for your pleasure, but the guys love it too. Next important tip for sex toys. Sex toys can potentially cause cancer, and you don't want that. So when you are looking for sex toys, make sure that they are body safe material. Now for that, I mean, you want silicone or you want glass. Those are the two best types of sex toys to get that are going to be body safe. It's just something to be aware of. If your sex toys are not body safe, then I suggest using a condom with them. You don't like condoms? Try the brand Skin. It's like SKYN or whatever. They are non-latex condoms. They are the only kind of condoms I can actually enjoy sex with. My body just does not work well with latex condoms. Another thing, if you are going to be using a dildo, lube. I don't care how your body typically reacts. You could be somebody who has a body that naturally lubes up. But when you are using a silicone dildo, you need lube. I don't like lube typically. I have a very, very sensitive vagina. I have very, very sensitive skin, period, and they don't necessarily react well to all of the ingredients in lube. However, look for a water-based lube, a water-based, not hypoallergenic lube, and I'm going to tell you that is going to change your life when using a silicone dildo. It's just going to be so much better and so much more pleasurable if you actually use lube. So anyway, I am going to hop off because I'm going to go on about my day. But I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it gave you some relevant information if you are thinking about becoming a webcam model. If you did like this video, please be sure to give me that thumbs up. Comment if you have any questions. Let me know what you liked, what you didn't like. Be sure to subscribe, and if you want to be notified every time I release a new video, be sure to hit that little bell for the notifications. And this is the conclusion of the first half of day 2. It is Saturday, August 15th, 2020. And this is day 2 of 90 days as a full-time cam girl. I will be back with you later this evening for a check-in just to see how the day went. Are we gonna be slow or are we gonna be busy? I don't know, but we'll find out soon. Bye guys.